Hi there, welcome back to All Things Home Care. I'm your host, Dana Arnone, and today we are coming to you live from the Broadway Mall in Hicksville. So if you guys want to come down and say hi to us, say hi to one of our guests, please come down. We'll be here for a few hours, and we are looking forward to having an open conversation about home care. Today I have the privilege of meeting with Wendy Brofman, who is a registered nurse and owner of Harmony House in Kings Park. She is also the sister of Tracy Kaninsky, so which is a positive thing. It's a wonderful thing. Yes. So Tracy, if you're watching, hi.
Hi,
Thank you for the introduction. So one of the things that we talk about on All Things Home Care is all different facets of home health care, whether it's nursing related, therapy related, doctor related. But one of the things that you do that is completely different than anybody that I've ever met before, and it's a really progressive and a wonderful thought, is you have a home for respite.
I do.
So when people think respite, and when people say, a respite home, what does that mean, like to a family?
It means that I have the privilege of helping not only a family member, a caregiver, but also their loved one who may be frail and elderly, who can't go on vacation with them, who can't go to that graduation in California. They live here in New York, and they need a place to stay that's a lovely, warm environment. It's a home, and we have anywhere between 1 and 4 people come and visit us, and it's really a break for the caregiver. But we have the pleasure of helping the whole family, not just one person.
Right, understood. So like respite, when you think about respite, you think about a little bit of a break.
Absolutely.
Right? So just a little bit of a timeout so that people, so when you're caring for somebody on a 24-hour basis, or 5-hour, whatever the case may be, and you can't take that personal time, people get burnt out.
They do.
And I'm sure that people are always looking for extra care for their loved ones. But I know we had somebody, I was telling you the story, that we had a patient who has care in the home and has had her aide for many, many years, and the aide was taking 2 weeks off.
Right.
So her only thought was, I don't want another aide in my home. I don't want a stranger in my home, so I want to go someplace for respite. She was looking more towards a nursing home, but this would have been a great option for somebody.
It is.
So tell us a little bit about what respite care.
So someone would reach me first they have to find out about me, and so I market myself to doctor's offices, hospitals, discharge planners, assisted livings that may need somebody to come stay there before they have a room open, and just anybody. Whenever I'm out, I let people know what I do. I was a home care nurse for over 20 years, and that's really how the idea was born, that my patients' families would say, Wendy, I need a break. I love my husband, I love my wife, I love my aunt, but I don't want them to go into a nursing home. I want them to stay home with me, but I need a break. I need a 2-week break, a 1-month break, a 2-day break.
Yeah,
and
I was going to ask that. Is there a short period of time, long period of time? Is there a mandatory, like you can come if you want more than 1 day, or what is the time frame?
I have a catchphrase, just because it's catchy. I say 3 days to 3 months.
Yes. 3 months. Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
But most people, the average stay is probably about 3 weeks. Sometimes it's a little less.
I want a 3-week vacation.
I know.
People take 3 weeks vacations.
Does.
Wow, okay.
And we'll cook for you, we'll clean for you,
Yes,
we'll bathe
wonderful.
you, we'll dress you, we'll
you
do
care for
whatever
them
it
like
is
the
you
love,
need.
like the family
They do,
would.
and they do become like family.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of repeat customers.
Right.
A lot of people will come and they'll call me a month later, or even when they're leaving, they'll say, Wendy, I'm going to call you because we want to go away in November. I want to make sure, because I do fill up really quickly. So I encourage people to call way ahead of time as soon as they know they want to take that vacation, go on that business trip, have their knee done, whatever it is. And a lot of people do use me for those reasons. They want to go they've got to go get their, a medical procedure done, and they're in their 60s and they're caring for their 100-year-old mom who they love, and they want to keep her home, but they want her, they need to put her someplace, and they don't usually want to go to a nursing home. But I do want to say, nursing homes are an alternative. Sometimes an assist. I'm not appropriate for everybody.
Right.
So when I'm not appropriate, I try to help them find something that may be appropriate for them.
You're like your sister, though. Like if someone goes to Tracy, and they're going to say, "Well, this is not an appropriate place, but I know other options."
I have.
And that's
you
really
have
what,
to.
of
That's
course,
what you have to do in this
yes,
field. You can't help everybody. We don't.
Well, you can help them, but maybe not physically.
But
help
you
them.
can't help them. Maybe they can't come into your business, but you can help them
There's
find
always
somebody
an option.
else who's out there
So
caring.
let's talk a little bit about what the admission process is for you. So But like, how does someone get in contact with you?
Okay.
If I have a loved one at home and I know nothing other than watching this on Facebook or the podcast, how would someone access you?
So a lot of people, well, they find me through referrals through places like Parker Jewish, that has a lot of services for seniors, and they know of me, so they refer to me a lot. Long Island Alzheimer's Association and Foundation, they know about me. All of my friends are in this industry, so they also know about me as well, and they refer to me. I bring my brochures and my information to people at hospitals and discharge planners. Sometimes I do guerrilla marketing, and I just put my brochure anywhere that I think that people might find it.
Or what about the senior advocate?
I'm
sure you're front page senior advocate.
I'm on a few pages there for sure.
But do you have a website now?
I do have a website.
Okay, so why don't we tell people
got it.
Okay.
It is www.harmonyhouse.care. It's brand new. It's kind of simple.
Okay.
But we kind of pride ourselves on being kind of simple. We are just a lovely home that can accommodate 4 people. And give them all the love and the care they need. We'll bathe them, we'll shower them, we feed them fresh green meals every single day. They can have as many snacks as they want. They don't have to bring anything with them except their toothbrush, their medications, which we pre-pour and give to them.
You being a registered nurse, that's a good point, because you were saying to me before that you're an RN,
right,
and you live there.
I do.
So there always will be an accessible nurse or medical person there.
Absolutely.
But just so people understand, though, your focus is not medical. Yours is more social.
We are a social model.
Okay.
We do activities. If someone most people that do come to us do have a little bit of Alzheimer's, a little bit of dementia. They have the normal stuff that we, all have, the high blood pressure, maybe a pacemaker, but those are all things that we can deal with because we're not doing anything medical for them. If someone does have a problem when they're here with us, then they're going to go, to a hospital.
But they can have a problem anywhere.
Right, they can have a problem anywhere. Knock on wood, we've never really had any issues with that because I do screen people before they come in, and we have a face sheet that they fill out. They bring their loved one to the house before they ever come and stay with us, and we make sure that they are appropriate, that they can walk up 3 steps to get into the house. Otherwise, everything is on 1 floor, and we just make sure, that they're okay. And, some people do come to us with various problems. Maybe they have behavior issues that maybe we're not equipped to handle, and so I may refer them to someone and say, listen, maybe your loved one might need a little medication. They may need something to help them, because it's always going to help the family, too. Because that's a lot of reasons why people come as well. They're like, I haven't slept in 6 months.
Yeah.
So I'm like, go get some help. Let's figure out how to help you with that, and then you come back to us.
That's interesting, because I'm actually thinking of one of our families right now that is, they have 12 hours of care from managed Medicaid, but the mother is up all night long.
Right, and it's sad.
It is very sad. I feel bad for them, and they don't get a break. And actually, the family is a doctor. The wife is a doctor, and the son owns his own business. So sleep is important for everybody. But you kind of want your doctor to be awake during the day. That would just be my thought.
Absolutely.
Okay, so just so that we can break down also, appropriate patients are mobile, ambulatory.
They're mobile, but they can need help getting up. They can need help walking to the bathroom. We really never let people be alone. So even if they can, we really generally walk them to the bathroom.
Okay.
We stand outside the door if they want us to, but we're always there, and we have the luxury of being really in a home-like setting that we can do everything for them. It really is having like one-on-one care.
Yeah. And is it one aid for everybody, or how does that work?
It's one. There's a live-in 24/7 home health aide that's there. I have 3 staff, so they all, one person will work 2 days, one will work 3 days.
Okay.
But there's always somebody there. They've been with me from the very beginning. Nice. I love them. I trust them. They're wonderful. And I'm always there too. Yeah. I'm in and out all day. But yeah,
and it's 7 days, so they can come for the weekend if the family wants to go to Manhattan to take a trip, and
all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
And so in order to get admitted or to have time to come in there, your thoughts are, how would you tell people? Give you a call, you go visit them. So would you say a week out, 2 weeks out, a month out? Like how much time
as soon as they know that that they're interested in maybe having respite, call me.
Okay.
We talk. Usually we talk on the phone. It's very casual. We talk on the phone. We find out a little bit about each other, and then I say, you want to come take a tour? They come take a tour. I generally want them to bring their loved one with them, because I want to see how they're going to walk into the house, what it's going to be like. We sit the loved one down, the guest down. They have a cup of coffee. They have some cake. I let my staff sit with them. I usually take the family in the back in my office, and we'll sit there and talk. And then we just kind of go from there.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to tell you, Linda is over there, but when she watches this, she's going to laugh because I told you before that Linda and I tried to do something similar, and we failed miserably.
Well, I don't think. I don't think you should call it a failure, though. It
was not a positive. I mean, it worked out fine, but it was
just. But you learned things from it, and you didn't hurt anybody, and that's the good thing.
Yes,
yeah.
But it is something that I always thought of.
Right.
I think it's a needed thing for the community.
Yeah.
People don't know that it's available to them, and so just so that people listening can understand too. So this is private pay only.
It's private pay only, and I just want to go back to what you just said. The reason I started it was because all of my home care patients said to me, Wendy, I need a break. Mm-hmm. I love Joe, I love Millie, I love Susan, but I need a break. I'm not ready for them to go into a nursing home, but where can I go? And I didn't know where they could go. Back 10 years ago, there was no such thing as respite.
No, there wasn't, no.
And you had to send your loved one to a nursing home, and even that was difficult because you're talking, it's very expensive. But that is an option for some people. So this is how this was kind of born. And I learned something new every day about it, but we are a safe community, we're loving, we're caring, they have all the comforts of home, and every day I learn something new to do for them.
But it makes perfect sense, it really does. And you said something before, which I just want to go back to. So if you have someone that's out there and they're in a rehab facility,
okay,
and say that they can't return home for whatever reasons are. Sometimes people just, the environment is not okay, it's not conducive to an elderly person, or maybe they live in a split level home and they can't get up and down the stairs, and they're looking to go into assisted living, but that assisted living is full, and they're waiting for an open bed. They can come to you.
Absolutely.
And that makes perfect sense. Or if they live in a split level home, and let's say they had a knee replacement or a hip replacement, and functionally they can't go home, but they want to end up going back to their home. This is an option for them.
They can come and stay with us, and we can get in-home services for them, physical therapy, occupational therapy, just for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then they can go home.
Perfect.
And we do, not even because that's what we're not. I'm not a PT, an OT, or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But we can
people.
We know people, and we can get people in there.
Perfect.
But we can, we will walk that person a lot in the home anyway. Yeah. We do a lot of things with them, so they're more active than they would be possibly just sitting somewhere where they can't get any more rehab,
and we all know that, one of the things that a lot of the elderly people suffer from is isolation, depression, lack of contact, lack of communication, just having a companion.
Right.
So being around other people, maybe that might be a nice way also to ease people into assisted living. Some people, like me, I'm going to say to my kids out there, I'm not going to assisted living, I'm not going to nursing home. I like to be by myself, believe it or not. So if they were going to transition me to an assisted living, maybe this is a good start. Let me see if I like being around other people.
No doubt.
I'm already going to say I won't, but maybe I would.
Right.
And so they would definitely, that's a good way to start that process, I would think.
I never even thought about it like that.
It's a good sales pitch.
But it is. It's a good idea. I like it.
Because some people may not realize that they want that companionship, or they have that missing in their lives.
And sometimes families don't realize that they need that socialization too.
That's true.
And it's good for them to get it.
I love it. I really do.
Well, I thank you.
I hope you come to Nassau County.
Well, you know what? I have a lot of clients from Nassau County. Mm-hmm. They come really from all over.
It doesn't matter, actually. That makes sense.
It really does.
Okay,
you're talking about an hour drive, a 40-minute drive, a half an hour drive. Yeah. So it really doesn't matter where you're coming from when you're thinking you're going to be away for 2 weeks.
Right.
So half an hour to drop them off, half an hour
that
to
makes
pick them
perfect
up.
sense. Yeah.
And everything is included except for their incontinence supplies. They must bring those.
Okay.
But otherwise, I have everything they need. Even if they forget their toothbrush, I have millions of, I have everything new for them.
Perfect. And so what's the daily rate for people?
It's $250 per day. That includes everything.
And it's private pay.
It is private pay.
Does long-term care insurance, will they reimburse people for this?
I had that happen once, and they actually did reimburse, but not all long-term care insurances will. You have to speak to your private carrier and ask them if they will.
Well, that's a simple enough thing for people to do,
absolutely.
If they want. Because if they're going to have the long-term care in the home while they're home with them, I mean, it makes sense that it would cover something like this.
Sure, it should, but they don't always, sometimes, I love that people have it, but sometimes it's really hard. They make you jump through hoops sometimes to get that, to pay out on that insurance. But they should is right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, maybe one day. Maybe you could change that.
Maybe we could.
Yeah, there you
maybe
go.
I'll go to
Yay.
Albany.
Okay, so I want to thank you so very much for
Thank
coming.
you. I really
think
appreciate it.
it's a fabulous concept. It makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of families out there that might be suffering, not suffering, that's a bad word, like more, they're overwhelmed.
They are overwhelmed.
And just maybe that moment that they can regroup their mind and maybe just gather some thoughts and stuff and move forward.
Listen, everybody needs a break. There's a great line in the brochure, and it really says it best. Everybody needs one day where they don't have to think about problems and solving problems. And
or just sleep.
It's the biggest job you'll ever do is to take care of your parent or your child or someone who's chronically ill or cannot take care of themselves. It's the biggest job you'll ever have. And I just want to be a small part of trying to help them get that break they need.
Yeah.
In
I
a
think
really
you're a
safe
huge part of
environment.
it because
Thank
I
you.
know that for myself and most of our clients, their ultimate goal is to stay at home,
It
whatever
is.
that means.
It
So
is.
they don't want to go to a nursing home. So
Right.
even if this respite can be provided in the home,
Right.
I'm sure that's the option that
Absolutely.
everybody would choose.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's called Harmony House. It's located in Kings Park.
It is.
This is the phone number they can call?
That's the
Okay.
phone number. My new brochures will have my website on there.
Yeah.
And they can call me day or night, anytime, for any reason, to ask me any question, and I'll help them if I can.
Perfect. So
About
the phone number
anything.
is 631-757-6931. Again, 631-757-6931. And Wendy, I wish you all the best. I really
Thank
do.
you.
I think it's a great
and
idea.
I love what you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
You're disseminating so much information for
We
everybody.
have to. There's so many questions that people have, and there
Yeah.
really is, no resource for people to go
Right,
to,
right.
other than the computer.
Right.
And if
Well,
anybody
we're
like-
lucky. We're lucky. We have not only people like you, people like me, everyone who wants to get healthcare information out there, because it wasn't even 10 years ago. It wasn't like it is now.
Yeah.
Now we really do all share information, and I think it's phenomenal.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much again.
Thank
I'm a
you.
hugger, so you
Thank
get up
you.
there. Okay. Thank
And
you.
I'm a kisser.
Hi there, it's me again, Dana Arnone from All Things Home Care. Just wanted to remind everybody to find us on Facebook, iTunes, or Google Play. Follow our podcast. Let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions of information that maybe you'd like to hear, or it's something that you can have some help with, or some guest that you might like to see on the podcast, or maybe you yourself want to be on our podcast, we'd love to have you. So give us a call here, 516-308-4840. Visit us on our website, reliancehssny.com. You can talk to me through the website. Please let us know what you're thinking.